Hi, I'm Tyra Boni, County Clerk of Courts.
The first year in office was spent working to process the 45,000 remaining backlog documents, applied and or refunded the $1.3 million found in escrow, completed 12 months of overdue sentencing orders and assessments, and resolved expungement cases. We processed over $10,000 in fingerprint monies, returning $5,000 to the Controller's office, brought both bank accounts current, set up 3,200 cost sheets on payment plans, and remediated 1,000 stagnant checks. All of this was accomplished while continuing to maintain the day-to-day court operations of the Clerk of Court's office. This included initiating over 1,400 criminal, miscellaneous, and summary appeal cases, and over 100 court sessions from bench warrant, guilty plea, and sentencing hearings included between 2 and 50 defendants per court session, and we created over 50,000 docket entries. Despite the pandemic and its financial hardships, we were able to collect over $1.83 million in costs, fines, and restitution owed. This was the largest in 5 years. We disbursed a total of $2.21 million to victims, county taxpayers, the state of Pennsylvania, boroughs, and municipalities. This was the largest in 9 years. $2.21 million was the largest amount disbursed out of any of the 24 Class 6 counties in Pennsylvania. Additionally, through cross-training, improvement of workflows, and conservative spending, we were able to accomplish an office expense budget savings of 17%, or $96,000 to the taxpayers of Carbon County in 2020, and have further reduced the budget for 2021. Through this cleanup, we found $18,000 that was not able to be returned to the rightful owner due to the lack of contact information like change in address. These funds were turned over to the state treasury, a process that we are legally obligated to complete and had not been done so for over a decade. After clearing the backlog and evaluating accounts, it was found that a staggering $25 million was owed to victims, the county, state, and local municipalities. Historically, the longer funds are delinquent, the harder they are to collect. For this reason, we focused our efforts on prevention and developed a successful delinquent account workflow to increase collection of funds to those rightfully owed. We now contact defendants within 10 days to initiate payment plans. Once an account becomes delinquent and receives 3 consecutive mailed monthly delinquency notices, their case is forwarded to an outside collection agency at no cost to the taxpayer for use of alternative collection methods. Additionally, the Clerk of Court's office accepts e-pay, electronic payment methods for costs, fines, and restitution. E-pay, checks, and money orders for collection of costs, fines, and restitution make up 90% of collection methods, now reducing physical cash in the office to 10%. Similarly, e-pay bail was implemented in the Clerk of Court's office in early 2020. These services have improved ease and efficiency of payments. Most recently, through collaboration with adult probation and use of their software, as of July 2021, we can provide the option of electronic delinquency notifications to defendants. For this process to be successful for all parties, the defendant must have a mobile phone number and email address on file. Defendants will still get a mailed delinquency notice 10 days after the text correspondence, if payment has not been made to the Collections Division. Both the text and mailed delinquency notices have decreased monthly, demonstrating success of our Collections Division's new processes. E-communication advantages are electronic communications have been reported as a preferred method by many defendants. The defendants are notified in real time without a transit delay, and use of e-communication produces an office budget savings to the county in postage and supplies. Also, this is a solution for the most significant issue our Collection Division faces, an uncommunicated change in address for a defendant. After resolving the backlog, it was found by a judge that duplicate judgments for some criminal cases were on file in the Prothonotary office. After a full investigation by our office, including examining an extensive report, approximately 300 judgments were found. The vast majority resulted from processing the backlog. We believe prior administration filed the judgments on cases out of sequence. Our office followed procedure, assessing costs, fines, and restitution owed, setting up a payment plan for the defendant, and then filing the corresponding judgment. When we filed our judgments in proper sequence, it created a duplicate on file. When setting up a payment plan and handling a new case, we would not look for other judgments, as others should not have existed. So what does this mean? A judgment is a lien against an individual for an amount owed. A duplicate judgment does not create a duplicate amount owed by the defendant in the criminal case management system. The Clerk of Courts and prothonotary case management systems are completely separate and do not communicate, so there was no overpayment as a result of this issue. This problem was not immediately resolved. As per legal counsel at that time, there was not a way to remove the judgments without additional expense to the taxpayer. After seeking other prothonotaries and Clerk of Courts, a simple solution was found and the issue has been resolved. Another issue that surfaced this year was unforwarded driver's license suspensions. A full investigation by our office of approximately 2,000 criminal records from 1999 to 2020 revealed 800 cases unforwarded to PennDOT. Unprocessed cases spanned roughly 2 decades. The majority of cases found were from case years 2018 through 2019. Data was specifically reviewed for 2020, and 9 cases were noted as delayed under my administration during COVID. The Clerk of Courts office is legally obligated to forward all DL suspension paperwork to PennDOT, regardless of the age of the case, if it was not previously forwarded. Suspension paperwork is to be sent within 10 days of sentencing. Pennsylvania Statutes Title 75, Vehicles Code 6323. I've been transparent about any issue under my administration, as I do not claim infallibility. My staff and I are human. However, we strive for perfection and have worked extremely hard for the residents of Carbon County. Unfortunately, with prior mismanagement continuing for years and the size of the backlog we cleared, issues could surface for years to come. Additionally, within our office, we have physically cleaned and reorganized. Staff has now been cross-trained. All documents receive timestamp at acceptance and are processed within 24 hours of that timestamp. All office workflows have been evaluated and improved. Operating costs have been significantly reduced, and a yearly office budget savings has been produced for taxpayers. None of this would have been possible without an amazing staff. What an incredible past 22 months in office.
I humbly ask for your vote on Tuesday, November 2nd.
I'm Tyra Boni, and I approve this message.